guys, welcome to Sage's Garage. Today is the last installment of my little series with Elin and Rusty Beauties. In today's video, we check out the cylinder head, the valves, and the combustion chamber. So, let's get started. There are bronze valve guides as well as seals, which means that they are aftermarket. So that means that someone actually took this apart and did this at some point. So that is very interesting to know. We took out the spark plugs, and I'm curious if we can tell anything about them by looking at them.
I think this color is telling you that it was running pretty well, because if it runs rich, then you have a black fouling on it.
Okay.
But this color is pretty good. I'm actually surprised how good this car was running.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It was good until
it wasn't. Some good news for today.
Yeah.
So right now we're going to take out the valves.
Yeah, first because we want to machine a little bit the surface underneath, and that's going to help the machine shop position it. And second, because we want to see what the seats look like. The valve seats are on the other side. So I'm going to take out one, and then you might help me for the other ones.
Absolutely.
But I want to show you first what we're going to do.
Sure.
So this is my homemade
Awesome.
tool that I use. So we need to compress the spring down a little bit more.
I feel like that's a dentist tool.
Yeah, so a little bit more.
Whoa,
That
okay.
wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened.
That's okay.
So, okay, let's leave these parts there for now. Let's gonna do the other one. It's supposed to just compress the spring, and then this is supposed to happen. Then we take these parts.
There you go.
That's how it was supposed to happen.
Okay.
So these are the first two, but these we need to keep the valves in order for sure.
Okay.
How we take them out.
I just want to say to everybody who doesn't want me using vice grips, look here. What do you see? Very interesting. So right now we're trying to get off the seal, and we're going to keep the guides, but we're having a bit of a struggle getting them off.
I can't take it out with my fingers, but I have a special tool for that. Okay. I don't want to compress it, even though it is rubber, but we don't want to compress it. Why is it not coming up? It's almost there. We don't want to keep it in because it's going to the machine shop and they might boil it in hot tub it.
There we go. I think those tools are pretty magic. I should get a pair.
I know where one is in your bush.
I'm going to give it a try, trying to get these off. It's going to be a teamwork effort.
They might fly.
That's okay. There we go. That came apart easy. I'm going to use a magnet. Oh, it's a strong magnet.
This you might
This one's
need to
gonna
push with the screwdriver.
There
you
we
go.
go.
Okay,
Awesome.
that was good.
Easy.
Wow, are you looking for a job?
Alright, take this off. Boom.
Now this needs a lot of... Oh, this actually came out easy.
Awesome.
So that's number 3.
Number 3.
I'll clean them after that, and we're gonna check how the surface here is, the sealing surface.
Okay, got it.
But here my special tool. And we should pull out this seal as well without squeezing it too hard.
There we go. We got all of the springs off, but this seal actually was already broken, and it's very interesting because it's the third one, so there's a small chance that when everything went wrong with the third piston connecting rod, something hit the valve and it broke that, and now we're not able to get it off because it's broken. And then this last one here is extremely difficult to get out.
Yeah, the valve is stuck inside the guide, which is weird. But these are bronze valve guides, and normally they are rimmed after they are installed. So either this was not rimmed properly, or something happened and just got bent or something. The valve maybe is bent. I don't know, but it is like really Okay, here it moves nice.
There we go, now it moves better.
But when it goes in the middle, either the valve is bent, the top end of the valve, or I don't know. No, it goes all the way to there, and then
It's super tricky.
no. That's the first one that Sage touched.
Bad luck, maybe, huh?
You bent it.
Oh no. We were able to get it out, but it took a lot of force. We tried it in a different guide and it was able to go smoothly. So it's not this part's fault, it's this valve guide's fault.
At this point, you either need to rim this valve guide to make sure that it's straight, but I have no idea what happened to it, or just changed all the valve guides. So looks like they've been machined here they made a step so they can accept seals like that. These are aftermarket seals. Like I said, Triumphs don't have seals, and this might have been from any car. Like they just measured the inner diameter and they machined the valve guide to that diameter. So I don't know where to find the same valve guide, the same seals. And yeah, we're gonna decide what we're gonna do.
There's masking tape on here so it doesn't get damaged, and it's put into the drill, and now we're gonna clean it up.
And this is a brass wire wheel.
Oh.
Wow, what is this? Okay. So now we can inspect the face here. It shouldn't be pitted like that, I think. We're gonna need new valves.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So to get these studs out, you could use the double nut method, but there's this very fun tool that works fantastic. So I'm going to show you how it works.
Basically wedges the stud between the wheel and the thing.
And there we go.
And then,
So it's very interesting to see, looking at this side of it, the valve that we had trouble getting out, we think maybe the valve guide might have been bent or something because it is very pitted, and so that might be why we had so much trouble getting it out, but that is very interesting to see.
the whole seat here was misaligned with the valve because something happened to the guide, and that's why it wasn't closing properly on this side. You can definitely tell that it was missing from here. So definitely you need new valve guides and new valves, obviously, because the valves are also pitted here. So you need new, and in the machine shop they're gonna replace the guides, they're gonna lap the valves to match perfectly the surface there. That's what the machine shop will do.
Perfect. Right now we're just putting a spark plug back in.
And we're gonna put the two valves back in, and we're gonna put something, which is a special tool again.
Oh, I love these
Vaseline.
special tools.
Vaseline. So that's we're gonna put around the seats here of the valves, so we can actually seal them. And we're gonna fill up the combustion chamber with water to see how much it is gonna take to measure the volume of the combustion chamber, and then we're gonna do some calculations to figure out what the compression ratio is, and then we're gonna figure out how much you can shave.
Wow.
In order to increase the compression ratio.
That is very interesting. What we've done is we have put 2 of the valves back in and we have sealed them with Vaseline so that they don't leak with any water. Then we have sealed the top of this with a small hole and we have it on a slant so that it angles this way. What we're going to do is we have a syringe and we are going to fill the syringe with 60 milliliters of water, and then we're going to pump water into here with the syringe and we will see how much water is left in the syringe, and that will tell us what volume the combustion chamber is. We've got our water filled up to 60 milliliters and now we are going to test it out.
So we have a little bit of a bubble here and a little bit of a bubble here, but I guess the water that's outside will compensate for that there. So we're not gonna be super precise, but what do we have left here? We have 12 milliliters left. So we pushed 48 inside.
Okay.
So the combustion chamber is roughly 48. So that's good, but now we have to take in consideration, just like your dad said, the top of the piston is also dished here. It's not a flat piston, so this adds up to this combustion chamber.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to measure this pretty much the same way.
Got it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try and measure it, but basically the combustion chamber is a part of the area we already measured, as well as this dish in the piston. So we also need to measure this and add it to the 48 milliliters that we already measured. So I'm going to start by putting some Vaseline, and that is just to create a seal because we don't want any water to leak out and we want to make sure we get an accurate measure. So I'm gonna do that. Don't want it on this inside area. Okay, and now I'm going to put this plastic piece here, but I need to make sure we have it on a slant this way, and so this hole needs to be at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a seal, and I'm going to put it just right here at the top. Hope I put enough Vaseline to create a seal. I think that looks pretty good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my syringe up again, so I know I've got 30 milliliters in there, and now I am just going to see how much it takes. So I'm going to be very careful of bubbles, so I'm going to go very slow because bubbles will take up space that we can't account for. Okay, so there is an air bubble there. However, there is some water on top, and what are your opinion? I feel like that roughly estimates for it.
Yeah.
So now we have 22 milliliters left. So that means that we used 8 milliliters. There we go, mental math. And so we're gonna add the 8 to the 48, and then that will be the amount of liquid milliliters that can fit in the combustion chamber. Okay guys, we have finished checking everything out and figuring out what I need. So we have been adding it to an online shopping cart so that we can figure out all the pieces I need and so that I don't forget them. But I'm just gonna show you guys what it's looking like right now. Love that. And then, oh, it looks like there's a little more, so we're just gonna scroll and keep scrolling. It goes on forever. And there is actually a second page also. So, if anybody is curious, that is what it's looking like. Everything that I'm gonna need so far.
I like this.
Love that. And that's American. Amazing. We have finished up going over everything today and figuring out what I need to get this car running, and I'm super excited for the next steps and the next few months of just getting it together. The goal is to have it ready for September, the big British car show, and fingers crossed that we get that happening. But I wanted to give the literal biggest thank you to Rusty Beauties and their garage for the day. I could not have done it without their help, and I'm just so thankful and so excited.
Our pleasure. Great experience, and I'm glad that you're picking up so much from what we're doing. And actually, your dad is very, very good in that. He says that he's not, but he knows a lot of things.
So it's just super exciting, and we are going to figure it all out, but I will see you guys in the next video, and I'm sure we will be seeing them again at some point. Hello, little toad. Okay guys, I was just driving home from Elin's and we came across a car show, so super spontaneously we stopped and I'm super excited to go see what there is. Super fun little pit stop. There was so many nice beautiful cars but no Spitfire, which means I need to get mine done so that I can bring it to all these and I can have the Spitfire. But anyways, that is the real end of today's video. Bye!